what y'all done.
Is he legal?
Yeah. Listen, I'm grown. My birthday just passed.
How old is you?
Huh?
How old are you?
19.
Huh? What?
19.
19? See, you can't even talk right. You can't be old enough for me.
Can we get a 360? Like, no disrespect. But my auntie, nigga. You want 360?
Yeah.
Auntie. Ah!
Lately, this clip of Rakai has been blowing up all over the internet. How old is this woman exactly? And what is she doing twerking in front of a kid? We need to address the strange acceptance of children, especially Rakai, being in grown-up, sexualized settings. It's starting to seem like no one is genuinely looking out for him. But I'll stop talking now. We have a lot to cover. As you know, I'm the hood Socrates, so let's get the algorithm's attention. The most obvious issue here is that Rakai is a minor. He just turned 17, and he's in these spaces with grown women who are being openly sexual. But before I get into that, there are a few other worrying things I want to point out. Let's begin with his safety and the adults he's surrounded by. We all know Rakai is prone to doing foolish things. A lot of that behavior comes directly from the adults around him, who aren't his real guardians and have no real duty to guide him. Since he's hanging out with young, and let's be honest, sometimes not so bright grown men, he ends up in situations like this.
We got the music or no?
Yeah, play that. You gotta accept your order. Accept the first pickup. Play that.
Oh, oh my God. Oh, what's I play?
Here's Rai driving with both hands off the wheel. I don't think I need to say much more about that. It's incredibly dangerous. He was 16 here, streaming by himself, driving alone, and on his phone. It makes you wonder, where is his mother? I'll talk about her a bit later, but my main point is he could have easily died, and he's still a kid, internet fame or not. I'm not here to hate on a young guy, okay? In fact, I'm glad to see a young black boy thriving. But we need to make sure he's on the right path. Because 5 years from now, when he looks back on this, I hope it doesn't cause him pain. The problem is it's easy to overlook the consequences of what we let young black boys do, because society often views them as older and more mature. I'll come back to that idea in a moment.
I'm gonna get my homies to kill you. I'm gonna get my homies to rob you in the room. But you know he just saying that out of...
No,
he said that multiple times.
Bro,
he said the football
just
game
saying
too.
that to say that, and he's just mad.
He said the football game too, so I'm gonna get his to kill you.
Dads love you and he'll never do nothing to you.
All that, he said that to me, straight to my face.
You say shit to people, you say, listen, when he said listen, you are a kid, listen. You say shit to people, listen, you say shit to people sometimes you don't mean.
I did not, I went in the room, he said, on my dick. I said, tell him
they would never.
I don't know if you all remember this, but Dez and Rakai had a confrontation where Dez lost his temper and started threatening him. It was a huge deal that everyone was discussing. But again, why was a child even in that environment? How did that situation even come to be? I'll bring these people together. Rakai was 16, having a physical altercation with a grown man. The people in his life are truly failing him. I think some people justify this because Rakai has made a ton of money from his career. But if you can overlook the fact that he's constantly around grown men who aren't trying to guide or mentor him properly just because he's profitable, then you're part of the issue. You've chosen financial gain over the safety and well-being of a child, and I believe that's just wrong.
I don't want to play this card, but it's partially my fault because I don't, there's no consequence with what he does. So I never take it there with his parents or his mom and shit. You feel me? Because I see the good in Rakai. I actually feel like Rakai will be the biggest. I think he's going to be the biggest in the world. That's why I always be lenient with him. But to a certain extent, I had to remember, and we have to remember, that he is a little kid.
That's Kai saying he doesn't have any issues with Rakai because he believes Rakai will be the biggest. And honestly, he might very well become the top streamer one day. But why is grooming him for that top spot taking precedence over making sure he's safe from things that could hurt him? I truly don't get why more people didn't question this clip when it first came out, or when Kai originally said it. Maybe Kai had good intentions, but the reality is, that statement is incredibly irresponsible. As someone Rakai spends a lot of time with, it's partly his job to ensure Rakai is okay, that he's not being harmed, and that his overall well-being is looked after. Prioritizing money and online fame over that is highly questionable. So with that said, I want to look at some recent events that really bothered me. Let's start with the White Chicks cosplay because that one has been rubbing me the wrong way for a while. I didn't know how to make a video about it until now.
We lost Rakai. Blah, 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 blah. On a mission at Rushrow. Y'all so quick to say him and Rushrow. I believe in Jesus Christ and only Jesus Christ. The f***? Like, bitch, I can wear a bust down one time? The f***? No. You feel me? Hold on!
To be honest, Rai, you can rock a dress. That's not the problem. The issue isn't the dress itself. but the fact that it feels like a humiliation ritual, and there's clearly a sexual element to it. The guy started twerking, bro. Are we going to pretend it's okay to watch a 16-year-old in a feminine cosplay twerking for thousands of people? Whatever Rakai does on his own time is his business. But the implications here are just strange, twin. It's really strange. People tried to turn it into a conversation about whiteface, but what I see is a black boy engaging in a digital minstrel show for clout. Remember, he showed up on stream dancing and pulling his shirt up. I just find that a little gross. Also, the internet is forever. Looking back on this has to have some kind of psychological impact. It might. I hope it doesn't, but it definitely could. But now, let's talk about Shay Freaky Frost, a man who has no problem bringing grown women around this underage kid. And mind you, nobody seems to care, because the truth is, black boys are not protected, not even in the streaming world.
Who this little boy?
Just wondering what y'all done.
Is he legal?
Yeah. Listen, I'm grown. My birthday just passed.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
19.
Huh? What?
19.
19? See, you can't even talk right. You can't be old enough for me.
Can we get a 360? Like, no disrespect. Where my auntie, nigga? You want 360?
Yeah.
Auntie! Oh! Okay.
This clip is absolutely disgusting. Just to be clear, I'm not blaming Rakai. He's a young man, but I am blaming the adults, starting with Shay for lying about Rakai's age, and the woman who clearly knew Rakai wasn't grown. Yet she still did a full 360 and started getting freaky. That is predatory behavior. There's no other way to describe it. Putting a child in a room with sexually suggestive grown women is predatory. Not to mention, we all know Shay Frost is incredibly hypersexual. He has a problem, a major one that the whole internet is aware of. But for some reason, people just ignore it because he's always joking. My issue is that he's literally putting Rakai in a position to become just like him. We don't need another Freaky Frost. If anything, that guy should still be banned. But that's just my opinion. Does nobody care that Rakai is constantly around this freak, this weirdo, and that he's being set up to potentially turn out the same? Surrounding a kid with all this sexual content is how you make them hypersexual. But apparently, nobody gives a damn. Then there was this other clip I found. And this was the caption. Shay Frost and Rakai were overly freaked out when Day's cousins started throwing it back for them. First of all, why is Shay always baiting with incestuous themes? These are super weird things to say and to label the women he brings on. Also, I just don't want to show this clip. Like I've been saying, these are grown women acting inappropriately around a child. And I don't want to keep giving that a platform. And still, I'm left asking, why does nobody care? But I know the answer. It's because black boys are perceived as more mature. People use this flawed logic to justify and normalize the victimization of young black boys. Now, I will say there are people on Twitter calling this out, but I don't feel like showing you all the tweets because what we really need are bigger content creators to stop deliberately ignoring the fact that a black boy is being groomed. Rakai is being groomed right in front of everyone, and nobody on this platform seems to care. They have this young man in rooms with grown women who are acting really strange and no one will speak up about it. It's so gross. And as for his mom, she is definitely failing her son.
Be good now.
So this is gonna be like a little heart. I've been actually wanting to know this. Do you miss just waking up, going to school, and being a normal 16-year-old? Do you miss that?
Yes.
That's truthful.
Aww.
That's truthful. Yeah.
You miss it?
Yeah. I do. Sometimes I do. Yo, my, take it off. My, you gotta be in my homework now.
She says it makes her a little sad that he misses being normal. But I'm just thinking, protect your son. For God's sake, protect black boys from this over-sexualized environment. And someone needs to call out Dia Frost. I'm tired of him being at the scene of every freaky incident. It's starting to get really irritating. So, with that said, I do hope someone speaks up. Obviously, it's probably not going to happen because none of these streamers are particularly moral. They're all pretty evil. I do hope Shay gets called out more for putting a kid in these situations. But, like I always say, these streamers aren't even human. For real. They've got to be demons pretending to be people. Because a real person with a heart would see this predatory behavior, call it out for being weird, and get that young man to safety. That's really all I had to say. Subscribe for more unsolicited opinions because these are just my thoughts. At the end of the day, this is how I feel. But y'all be blessed, I'm going to get out of here now. Bye-bye.
#save Rakai.
Yeah, I want the top spot, can't let him have it. He talk on my squad, now he abandoned. I know my niggas never scared to blast it. I got a white plug, niggas name Brandon. Hold your brand, no you're not saying shit. Too much ice, I'm on Titanic. Way too high, I'm on another planet. I might just go to Jamaica. Yeah, Robert Lynn on me. Yeah, Asian bitch, she all on me. I'm not worried.